All right, there we go. This is super exciting. Our very first live stream. We are live streaming via StreamYard. Going to go to YouTube on this first one, and we're going to try this out as we go. What we're talking about is we're talking about real estate. We're going to talk about all sorts of things that are a lot of fun. I had an opportunity to join William Tingle to talk about sub two, taking projects, properties subject to the existing mortgage. I did that yesterday. Had a great conversation. Saw how great this was, how easy it was to get out there. And so this is what we're doing. We're going to get out there and try to put out some positive vibes and get some good information out there for everybody. And what I wanted to do first is basically talk about, let's go over market updates, see what's going on out there. So it really, when it comes to the real estate market here in the Southeast Virginia area, it really kind of depends on what you're doing. Are you buying, selling, investing, renting? It really kind of depends on what your plans are as far as what the market's doing. So let's talk about first if you're buying. Well, let's say that you're a buyer. You could say that interest rates are high. Oh my God, they're so high. They're like 7%. Not really. They are below 6 in many cases. We had a client that closed at about 5.625 in January with no points. So there are absolutely good deals out there. You just got to look for them. And if you can find them, that's great. And if you can't, let me know. We'll help you hook you up with a good lender. So there are really good opportunities out there. Anybody who says that interest rates are too high, I ask them how low do they need to go, because right now we're getting down there below 6. And if you're waiting until they get down to 2.5 or 3 again, you will never see that again in your lifetime. It's just not going to happen. So let's move past that and just say that interest rates are coming down, and they're going to continue to come down over the next summer. What does that mean? That means that we're going to see more and more buyers come on. And the expectation is that as more and more buyers come on the market, what happens? So supply and demand curve, right? As more buyers come on, that creates greater demand. When you have greater demand with a fixed amount of a product, what happens? Price goes up. Now with real estate, it's a little interesting because things are so, as buyers and sellers are so interlocked when it comes to, the fact that if you're a seller, sometimes that makes you also a buyer again, right? And the other thing is that sometimes when there are more buyers on the market, the seller, the reason that the buyers are coming on the market might be a reason that more sellers come on the market, absent any supply and demand forces. So when you think about that, you think about it pretty good. You can go, well, as interest rates come down, we're going to see more buyers come on the market, which will be an upward push on prices. We'll probably see more sellers come on the market, which should be a downward push on prices. All that put together, we're going to expect to see home prices gradually increase over the next several years. Probably 2 to 3% per year is a good bet. That's right on the long-term trend line, and that's what we're maintaining for now. So if your expectation is that you're going to jump in the market and go buy a house this summer, that's probably a great plan. If your expectation is that you want to wait until interest rates drop, that's also a fine plan. Just realize that as interest rates drop, prices are probably going to go up. Your home that you're waiting to get at a cheaper price just got more expensive because you're waiting to get the interest rates lower. I would offer that a better plan of action. So if you see it now, go buy it. Interest rates drop, we're going to refinance. If they don't, you've locked it in at a really good price, because prices are going to continue to go up over the long term. I saw a graph just the other day. I'm going to put that up. I need to put that up in the comments or something here. Basically, if you went back to 1940, we're going to go back, what is that? 80 years, 83 years, going back to 1940. And if you bought a $100,000 house every year and then sold it 10 years later, there's only 1 year where you didn't make money. Think about that. So going back 83 years, you buy a house, hold it for 10 years, and sell it, you make money 82 out of 83 times. And that includes those high, super high 18% interest rates in the Carter years and all that. Oh yeah, huge. People are making 200% in those houses, right? So I'm going to grab that. Let me, I'll definitely pull that up and post that, because it's so amazing to see what happened there. So if you are thinking about buying a property and you're just waiting for interest rates to come down, that's fine. You could have that this summer. Just realize prices are probably going to go up. Now let's talk about a seller. If you're a seller, you should expect that as a seller, you're probably going to see, if you are just trying to dump your property, not do anything to it, and expect a really high price, you're probably going to be sitting a while. On the other hand, if you have a really nice property, you fix it up, you fix everything, talk about curb appeal, you freshen it up, stage it, professional photos, good marketing, and everything like that, you're probably going to see that it's going to fly off the market like in days or less, right? It's going to happen amazingly fast. If you price it too high, now on the other hand, if you had that same property and price it too high because you're like, I want to get more money, it's probably going to sit. Or I need to have room to negotiate. People probably aren't going to bring you offers. It's just this nuance of the housing market that people don't come in and try to lowball on houses too much because they just don't. They go, hey, it's listed at 350. My price is 325. No, they don't come in and say, here's an offer for 325, even though you might accept that. They're like, no, we're not looking there. Now, what happens a lot of times is you list it at 325 and they come in and they go, hey, how about 310? And you just say, no, that's it. You don't need to give them room to negotiate. You just say no, right? So get the price you want, market it, stage it, get it ready to go, put it on the price that you want, and you're going to have great success. That's what it's going to happen with sellers. The other one is if you have a property that is like a fixer upper, like a fix and flip type opportunity, it's a little bit difficult for flippers to make money right now. The cost of materials is high and contractors are expensive, right? So it can be a little bit difficult. What that means is if you have a fixer upper, um, you might it's not gonna sell for a whole lot of money like it might have back in 2019, 2020, right? Because the COVID pricing is still holding on. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still months lead time for windows, cabinets, 6, 8 weeks, right? So it's taking a long, long time to do rehabs. And as a result, you're expecting those costs go up for the rehabber. They don't have as much room to make money, which means their cost of carry goes up, which means that their after sale price is here, which means they have to acquire it at this price down here so that they still have room to make some money. That's what's going on with the flippers, right? Okay, so there we go. So there's our summary on the market update. We have still have a tight market. There's not a whole lot of supply out there. If you're a buyer, there's definitely opportunity out there. And if you're looking for a great property, you're going to have a lot of competition. If you're looking to get out there and find something that you don't have a lot of competition on, I would say look at stuff that's been on the market for 30 days or more. And as a seller, put your best foot forward. Get the house ready to go. Prep it. Good curb appeal. Stage it. And you're going to see some amazingly good results. All right. That's it. So there's our first live stream. Let me know what you think. Out.